Let's talk about the chase now.
Is it Copycat?
Yeah.
We're talking about?
Yep. So do me a favor. Do the chase with Steezo.
Read all about it. It's me, 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 it's me.
Alright, so this is what a proper chase. Stand up so you could see exactly what I'm doing.
Read all about it. It's me, it's me, it's me, it's me.
I even added a little fill with the chase there. Your issue is this. You're confusing a move that Cutmaster Swift actually calls the copycat. With the chase movement, the shortcut created. So let me explain. So you're familiar with this record, right?
Now Peter Piper, Big Peppers, but run, rhyme.
Peter Piper. So Cutmaster Swift in 1989 in the New Music Seminar Battle for World Supremacy did this. So you're confusing that move with the chase pattern. Yeah. Like you're doing a combination of both. Like I see you and you want to chase, but you're not moving at the speed that the chase requires you to move. You're moving at the speed of what Cutmaster Swift calls the copycat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I've seen you apply this pattern a lot. I've seen you do it, but your brain is stuck at this speed. It's not moving at the speed that you need to for the chase. The chase requires a quicker type of movement. So if I were to chase on this record, on this specific part, it'll sound like this. See, that's a chase. You notice the difference? You're kind of doing this. You're kind of confusing the two. Okay? It's like the difference between the chase pattern and this is he's filling in whole notes. The chase pattern is giving you a whole note plus the half note. So you're giving, on the chase, you're giving me 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and. Here you're just giving me 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. You're giving me whole notes. Right. Okay? So let's go back to Steezo. And let's get this today, man. It's worth us spending extra time practicing so that you could get this down and understand what you're doing when you go home. So, see, this would be the Cutmaster Swift Copycat. whole notes. On the shortcut chase, you're giving me the whole note and the half note. Make sense?
Yeah.
Give it a shot. You gotta move faster. You gotta move fast. Go back, go back, go back. Go back. Move faster. And stay in the pocket. Fast. Alright, stop. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're pulling back. When you grab the record, you're pulling back like maybe a centimeter in order to get back to the top of the following sound so that you don't lose that attack when you introduce that snare or kick or whatever, okay? See, you pull back a little to get to the top of the following sound so that you don't lose the attack. On both sides.
Both sides. Keep doing it on both sides.
Right. But you don't want to pull back too much.
Right. And I'm off beat.
You're pulling back too much. See, you're pulling back too much. You're like... Try it again. Then you started not pulling back enough on the left. Okay? Pull back the same distance every time you grab the record. Try not to be inconsistent in that pullback. Okay? I'm gonna do it for you one more time.
Read all about it. It's me, it's me, it's me, it's me.
Another thing is try not to do your best to stay strict with your movement and concise. Alright? Sometimes you get a little messy and clumsy with your hand movement, and that causes you to lack the accuracy you need to. Much. Biceps. Let's go. Wait, you gotta bend down, Al. You gotta bend down, Al. More. Yeah. Biceps. Let's go. Good shit. Make sense?
Yeah.
Make sense now? Good shit, Al. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit, dude. So we're understanding the chase now?
Yeah.
You get what you were doing wrong?
No, yeah. And I was doing that before too, I didn't even know it was called a copycat. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Cutmaster Swift is the first person I ever saw mimic or chase a sound, right? So it's you hear a sound on the right side and then he's mimicking that same sound on the left, and it's he's causing this mirror effect.
You're doubling up?
You're doubling up, exactly. That's basically what it is, and he calls it the copycat. First person I ever saw do it was Cutmaster Swift in the 1989 seminar. Well, actually, I gotta fix that. The first person that I ever saw do it was Steve D in the 1990 DMC. But then when I started educating myself, getting my hands on like the videos, I was like, yo, this kid Swift is doing the same shit the year before in the 1989 seminar. And before that, as far as battling is concerned, I can't think of anyone that was doing that move before Cutmaster Swift. So what you were doing was you was confusing that move with Shortcut's chase pattern.
Yeah.
And I could see the similarities, but Cutmaster Swift is giving you whole notes. Shortcut is giving you the whole note plus the half note. All right?
So you kind of hear that and.
That's why there's the funky swing.
One and.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So you gotta stay in the pocket. In both moves, there's a pocket that needs to be established, whether it's the copycat or Shortcut's chase. But with Shortcut's chase, there's like a slight delay that causes it to sound more funky than the straightforward copycat, quote unquote, version that Cutmaster Swift does. Shortcuts is more funkier and has more of a swing to it. And the interesting thing, Al, is the chase pattern is a derivative of my swing pattern.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I remember you saying that.
Right. So it's like my swing pattern, Shortcut, I have like 5 or 6 different versions of the swing. Actually, let me show you. This is important history, man. I'm gonna show it to you with the actual vinyl, the Nobody Beats the Biz vinyl. It's weird, dude. I can't. Yeah, this side goes on the right. I can't do the Biz on Serato.
Really?
I feel awkward. I gotta use the actual vinyl.
Holy shit.
So. So I have a version of the swing pattern that inverts. So it's like it starts on the right, and then when you go to loop it again, it starts on the left. Then to the left. And this is another swing. Now it goes to the left. So you see how it inverts, and you see that it's the whole note and then the half note after.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is I do the movement is similar to the chase, but what I do different is I always rewind back to the top. So in rewinding to the top, I have to know how to invert the pattern. And Shortcut was trying to learn how to do it. He and I had this really cool conversation on Facebook. He was trying to learn how to do this pattern because back then it's not like we would tell each other the moves. You would watch a tape and then try to figure it out on your own because we all were competing against each other. So we wanted our moves to be secret. Shortcut, in trying to learn how to invert the pattern, kept going forward. And he kept moving forward and not being able to rewind and invert it. But thankfully, Rhythmically was with him, and Rhythmically was like, yo, it's cool. You're not moving like in an inverted fashion the way the Rob Swift version does, but your pattern is linear and it sounds dope. Like it's moving forward and it sounds dope. Just keep doing that. And Shortcut was like, fuck, I've been so focused on trying to learn it the way Rob does it, I'm not even paying attention to it the way I'm doing it now. It sounds dope too, and it's different. And that's the whole point of these patterns, is like you create a pattern, you do it, and then someone else may watch it and copy the pattern move for move and never take it anywhere. And then you have minds like a Shortcut that would pick up a pattern and then, whether it's accidentally or not, start doing it differently and then take the pattern somewhere else. And that's the point, man, that I want you to like just go home with today, is like you're learning these patterns. The objective though is to like help the pattern evolve, take it somewhere else. You're different than me. You're not rhythmically the same. You think differently than me. So it's like I'm teaching you with regards to, for example, let's say the swing pattern, the core movement, but then it's your job to figure out a way to like inject your personality, your rhythm, your timing, as long as it's not sounding sloppy. You know what I mean? But you need to figure out ways to take these patterns into different directions. That's the whole point of this art form. You know, we have this tutorial here. It's playing. People are watching it at home on their couch, on their phones. And great. You could learn a pattern that I teach, that I upload to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. But where are you taking the pattern? If you're just doing the pattern exactly as I show it and perform it in a video, then I don't know. It's hard for me to really get excited when someone tags me on a video and they're like, hey Rob, I'm practicing, and all they're doing is a pattern that like,
just learn.
Yeah, that I'm like teaching hundreds of people. Like if you're doing a pattern that hundreds, thousands of people know, you shouldn't get excited about that.
How are you any different?
Yeah, how are you any different? You shouldn't be excited about that. Tag me when you figured out something to add to the pattern. Then tag me and be like, yo Rob, I'm practicing, look what I came up with. Not, yo Rob, I could do the chase pattern, or I could do the swing pattern, or I could do this pattern. You should be able to do those patterns. If you own turntables and a fucking S9 Pioneer mixer and you're posting videos of yourself every day to social media, and you're a turntablist and you're a beat juggler and all that shit, you should be able to do these patterns. These are the baseline core moves that all beat jugglers know. What's impressive is whether or not you're taking the patterns somewhere else, whether or not you're helping them evolve. So that's your homework, man.